Hi friends, it's Nirmal back again with a brand new video, and in today's episode we'll be exploring the scenic beauty as well as the wonderful plants that you can see at Ilaveezhapoonchira, a tourist destination in Kerala. So literally translated into English, the word Ilaveezhapoonchira means a beautiful flower pond where leaves never fall. So, friends, our destination today lies on top of this hill you see right now. It's pretty easily accessible from Todupuzha town. It is located in Kottayam district. So, friends, the roads that lead to the summit of this hill is in pretty good condition. You get really tarred roads that take you all the way up to the top of the hill. But after a certain point, the roads get a little bit rough. So, after that point, it's best to park your vehicles and start trekking on foot. You can also hire jeep services to take you to the top of the hill as well. But if possible, go for the trekking option as it is such a rewarding experience. These are some of the awesome views you are already greeted with while you trek to the summit of the hill. My dear friends Ganesh as well as Arun are also accompanying me in this trip, and on our way to the top, we came across this rock cliff which was dripping with water, and it had aquatic Utricularia striatula species growing on it. They had beautiful light pink flowers. So once you move past the tall trees and vegetation, you enter a space where it's much more like a grassland, and more peculiar species of plants start popping up. Here you can see a carnivorous sundew species called as indica. Very close by, I also found species of Utricularia growing in wet crevices of rocks. So, after our long journey and trek to the top of this hill, we thought of taking a small snack break while immersing in this natural beauty around us. We still had ways to go to reach the summit of the hill. So, in this picture, I have circled the topmost point of this hill from where you get the best views. Guys, check out this cool bug we found here. It resembles the shape of a scorpion, so it is popularly called as a water scorpion. I came across this cool aquatic carnivorous plant, which is a Utricularia species. It is growing in close relationship with the moss patches around here. They produce small teardrop shaped leaves and flowers on a 3 to 4 centimeter long stalk. They need very high light as well as a very moist situation to thrive. The bladders they produce underneath soil catches microscopic organisms as a source of nitrogen and nutrition. Since the top of the hill receives a lot of rain and this washes off any mineral or nutrient content from the soil, carnivorous plants like sundew as well as Utricularia are widely seen on top of this hill. So, after a small snack break, we resumed our trek to the top of the hill, and on our way, we came across a very interesting orchid called Habenaria longicorniculata. It's a very peculiar looking orchid. It's a terrestrial orchid, unlike most epiphytic orchids we know. As we were exploring off track locations for beautiful plants as well as awesome viewpoints, the vegetation got really tall and tall grasses started to be in our way. The sheer excitement of being in nature and to get to see all these wonderful plants grow in their wild habitat was too much for me to take, and I was always trying to ground myself from getting overexcited. For instance, just look at how this moss produced capsules of spores all together, forming that beautiful formation. And wherever you look in this hill, you are greeted with yellow daisy like flowers. By the way, this is one of the best places in Kerala where you can observe both sunrise as well as sunset. So, guys, check out what I just found. It's a natural species of bamboo orchid seen here. Such a beautiful flower. It's almost as good as a hybrid. Arundina graminifolia is more commonly known in orchid circles as bamboo orchid because of its obvious resemblance to a bamboo. They produce flowers on long stalks that almost come to the height of our waist and is a wonderful plant. They are sequential bloomers that keep on producing one flower after the other from the same stalk for a period of time. When you look down from this altitude, you can see a very detailed layout of the Malangara River and the water reservoir here. There is also a Malangara Dam which is close by, but I'm not sure whether it's visible from here. A commonly seen flowering plant on the summit of this hill is the Hexacum species, generally known as Persian violets. And as we explored a little bit further, we found another color variant of the bamboo orchid that I showed you earlier. We also came across Crotalaria species with really bright yellow blooms. The blooms were such a pop of color in the green landscape. So as you can see, the summit of the hill is starting to get foggy and misty, and the weather also started to get totally unpredictable. Short periods of rain as well as strong winds were getting more and more frequent. If you guys are planning to visit this wonderful place, make sure to get a raincoat or an umbrella ready for situations like this. Look at this beautiful Melastroma species that we saw. It was not in bloom, but the leaves were so beautiful. Also, not to mention this beautiful orchid species that came across our journey. We finally decided to conclude our off-track explorations and get straight to the top of the hill. So to the side of the path that led to the top of the hill, we found this cluster of ghost flowers, which is actually a parasitic plant that depends on other plants for survival. Such a cool find. So the hill that we are trekking right now stood and ascended to a whooping height of 3,300 to 3,500 meters from sea level. Due to this immense height, you can see parts of adjacent districts from this particular point. They say that we can see at least 5 districts from this point. This is one of the highest peak in this area, and that is the reason why the police department has installed a radio tower as well as a radio station here. The office of the radio station can be seen in this picture. I couldn't take a video because it was heavily raining. So I think this is the old radio station that has been abandoned right now. This is also something that you see when you reach the summit of the hill. Currently, this path that we are on leads to the most highest point in this hill, from which you can get a very good view of all the 5 districts around this hill. So friends, we almost reached the toppest point of the hill. It was such a magical place where you almost feel like you're touching the clouds. The clouds passed by the top peak and started raining heavily here, but still it was really beautiful. We were not able to get a really good view around the peak because of all the fog and mist, but still it felt so magical. So here you can see that nothing else but fog can be seen all around me. It was kind of spooky, but at the same time so cool. After spending a little more time at the summit of the hill and taking 1,000 pictures, we finally decided to start our return journey. It was a wonderful experience to see plants as well as such a scenic place. I strongly recommend all of you to visit this wonderful tourist destination in Kerala. You'll really get a sense of how beautiful Kerala and Western Ghats can be. So friends, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Do consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Also press the bell notification button for more updates from the channel. Share this with your friends as well as give it a like if you enjoyed it. So until next week, I'll be back with a new gardening video. This is Nirmal signing off.